And so when it comes to the people side of things, I mean, the ways we interact, the ways that we really accelerate, goals and collaboration have changed and evolved a lot in terms of the ways that we do communicate and collaborate nowadays. But the underlying human fundamentals remain relatively fixed, around empathy and respect, and this almost like this need for us to work together in communities. And so I think from that point of view, it's the practices accelerating every day now. But how do we bring people along that journey? And I think that's a very exciting place to be in.
And you've said something very, very important over there. The human side of things being fixed, and this is something which we need to hold on to in this rapidly changing world where technology is rapidly evolving. The markets are evolving. They're literally doing their ups and downs, and we'll come to that as well. But very rightly said, human fundamentals don't change, and that is something which we need to continue to hold on to if we want to have some degree of sanity in everything that's going on.
Completely agree.
So how does that translate to organizations? We at dotinfinity also have been working quite a lot, and one thing which we try to keep doing is bringing the human back into the conversation.
Fantastic.
But you guys look at it from a very different perspective. Tell us a bit more about that.
Sure. I mean, I think when it comes to this idea of people strategy, especially in an organizational setting, you think about the things that are done from a very structural process, technology point of view. And then you have the people side of things, which is very behavioral, which is very kind of mindset, and it's buy-in. And we've worked in this space for many years now, and we've kind of gone through a lot of different elements of transformation. I remember a few years back when kind of agile and all of that, the methodology was like a big part of this. There was so much emphasis on like scrum masters and squads and all this way of scaling up teams and trying to distribute decision making. And at the end of the day, for the average team member, all of this stuff was going on around them, and you step into that role finally of this changed world, and it's like I don't quite know what to expect anymore. And we saw a lot of organizations go through this supposed redistribution of power and collaboration and how work was done. But then some of the more underlying habits and behaviors didn't shift. And so all of this stuff ended up becoming quite performative as opposed to transformative. And so, I think we're seeing a little bit of that even now. There's so much on AI integration and automation and, and even just kind of restructuring in general, especially in Australia currently. And it's like, what is the people element to this? I mean,